No me recoge el mando de esta forma.
You talked Victor down? Huh. I was hoping for more of a show, but then the only excitement I get around here is when someone adjusts their brightness settings. Quite the thrill ride.
Geatrum says, vamos a ello.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Vale.
Isan Dolphin says, Nas.
Sí, son los juegos.
Nia Wackbug says, Holap.
Hola, mi guapo.
SD Trum says, Buenas.
No sé si digamos.
Taracrick says, Yay I.
Buenas tardes.
Mara Brudniok says, Ayep.
Buenas noches.
Trying real hard not to be insubordinate-like, Commander. But this Azza, she ain't right in the head. We got enough to worry about as it is, and adding this much chaos to our little crew can't end well. You sure we ought to be helping her? I'll try to keep an open mind, Commander. Anyway, appreciate you hearing me out. But I wouldn't give... Got something that needs doing, Commander? Sure. Not only is he a couple smokes short of a pack, he's also insufferable. Who knows? Could be that he could change for the better if he breaks free of that protectorate nonsense he's intoxicated with. But I won't hold my breath. Oh, I got a lot of choice words that would have even Val covering her audio receptors, so I'll spare you most of them. I just hope we don't regret letting... She ain't right in the head. She's damn near bloodthirsty. I'll keep my distance when I can, but I promise you, if I perceive even a hint of threat...
The cultist known as Aza has been admitted to the ship roster. Among her registered weapons is what she refers to as her disemboweling knife. This unit reminds the commander that anticoagulants are your first line of defense when injury occurs. Readying database. Which member of the incognito? Multiple warnings have been issued to Deputy Agent Leitinger regarding knife safety, and all have gone ignored. This unit...
Victor wasn't exactly the partner in crime I envisioned DeVries to have. Reckon a tough crossword puzzle would have eventually sent him over the edge, even if we hadn't come along. I'm glad we were able to show him a little grace. DeVries obviously manipulated him into acting against his conscience. You ever wonder what might have happened if DeVries had let us in on her initial plan? Surely we wouldn't have been taken in by her rhetoric like Victor. Right? And that right there is why I run account of all of our... It's just... I look at someone like Victor and see the trap I might have fallen into. True. But she's good at deconstructing folks, uncovering their points of failure. She'd have known I had my heart set on being a hero. After Triangulum, all I wanted was to do for other colonies what Augustine had done for mine. Still do, if I'm honest. I will say, it's a lot easier to do just that nowadays. Thanks for letting me wax for a bit. We can get back to what we were doing now. Unless there was something else you needed. It was less merger and more... I don't have all the details, but it sounds like Spacer's Choice tried to outmaneuver Anti-Cleo through quasi-legal means and got a hell of a lot more than they bargained for. And now her new brand's been turned into an invasion force bent on conquering the entire system. Funny how life works out. Always up for a little backfence talk. Well, he hasn't brought the hammer down upon us yet, so I still wouldn't play the odds on him choosing us over the Protectorate if it came right down to it, but I'd be happy to be. I think she'd have a hell of a time passing the Directorate psychological screening. Don't much care for all her talk about disembowelment neither. Truth be told, I don't know her all that well. Reckon she's unmoored and grabbing for anything. At least that's what I would say if I was feeling charitable. Most days, I'd send her out the airlock if it came to a vote. Sure thing. I trust you've got particulars in mind. Oh yeah? Wasn't he?
Standing around jawing for? There's mayhem and murdering to be done. Such as? Still too many corporate bootlickers drawing air around here for my taste.
Who exactly? Niles? He's fun to torment. I mean, he's equal parts enthusiastic and naive, even with all he's gone through. I find her amusing. In a best not to torment her or she'll kill us all kind of way, which I completely respect. Tristan's a standard issue arbiter, albeit with an extra slathering of arrogance, especially when it comes to ensuring the Protectorate's inane laws are followed without question. But as long as that ridiculously large hammer of his isn't pointed in my direction, I could watch him administer justice all day. Though he'd be loath to admit it, his propensity for violence almost matches my own. Not only does she possess more heart than your standard corporatist flunky, she's a great deal smarter as well. Don't tell her I said so. Such as?
Es un majayo.
I find our decision to spare Victor troubling. We've only his word he would not return to De Vries's fold. Allowing him to live is a risk, and an extreme one. I'd hope your reasoning to be sound. My fellows would say that the justice of the matter is second to the danger of the individual. Yet I am not my fellow. Certainly, I consider myself an open tone. Who amongst our motley assortment would you care to? I have absolutely no inkling whatsoever why you would choose to bring a deranged cultist aboard. Aza's kind plagued Arcadia even before the invasion. To be forced to call her colleague is almost more than I can bear. I can only hope she does not see it fit to pilot our ship into a rift to sate her own macabre ambitions. Verily, idle...
Me falta alguien. Yo creo que no. Pues verdad.
Just heard back. The higher-ups finally decided to just bury the corpse of that vigilant. How were we doing with a vigilant corpse anyway? We weren't. It wasn't on the manifest. That's right.
Back. If you seek entry to my wares, you must engage me your sports card collection. Sporting! Let us do battle! That's an impressive number of cards, my friend, but not... Wait a moment. No, your cards. You have multiple that I do not. Your collection has defeated me. Though this defeat leaves the taste of dirt and blood in my mouth, I understand your impatience, but wait just a moment longer.
creo que vaya con ella.
Greetings again. You may have defeated me last time, but I shall rise from the ashes. In the wake of my defeat, I've taken a break. I've heard sprats are rarely born with mutations like extra toes battle sprats. Imagine the merchandising opportunities. Each behold.
Hostia. Es sin querer. Tú eso.
Greetings again. Behold.
Menos mal.
Careful now. Oh, you sure haven't lost any of your boundless energy. I'm all for giving folks a chance, but a cultist, Commander? Really? Sure, about as harmless as a failing air recycler. Leaving all else aside, the problem is that we don't know this woman, and she's not giving us much cause to trust her. In fact, I say it's just the opposite. All right, Commander. I'll play nice, but only be... Anyway, need something, Commander?
Commander. Unfriendly company. They're boss.
I'm not going to deny killing these traitors was invigorating, but their leaders... leader still needs to be dealt with. That I'm really going to enjoy.
Why are you still alive? There's been some ghastly mistake. We must speak on the latest revelation before you compound it by killing me. You're obviously unaware that you've been officially marked for death. Otherwise, you'd have killed yourself and saved us all the trouble. It's unfortunate I was unable to inform you of this before you killed so many loyal members of the Dawn. But so be it. Glad we were able to clarify all of that. Well?
I'm thinking I'd normally just kill this idiot where he stands, but I must know what in the architect's name he's going on about. Ziegler, what's got into your brain pan? You used to be a dedicated member of the Dawn. How could you think there was a legitimate kill order on me?
You were revealed as a betrayer through the sanctified channel. How can you disobey a revelation from on high, when you yourself exhorted us constantly to never do such?
You make a compelling point. But then again, so does my knife. Let me introduce you to it. Why the fuck not? So does my knife. Let me introduce you to it. Why the fuck not? You're such... Now, where were...
Trouble ahead.
Me falta...
You're obviously unaware that you've been officially marked for death. Otherwise, you'd have... It's unfortunate. Glad we were able to clarify.
This idiot obviously thinks I will just kill myself. Ziegler, what's got into your brain?
You were revealed as a betrayer through the sanctified channel. How can you disobey a revelation from on high when you yourself exhorted us?
You make a compelling point. But then again, so does my knife. Let me introduce you to it. Why the fuck not? Just now, where were we? Oh, that's right.
Enemy spotted.
I can't believe what Hierarch Ziegler was saying. How could there be an official kill order out on me? The poor fools probably thought they were just fulfilling their duty. Of course not. What a ridiculous question. You think that I'm like you, but I'm no longer bound by social restraints or pedestrian. So were I even to imply I felt remorse, that I wish I'd perhaps approached this with a more logical bent and not slaughtered these loyal Dawn members, it would mean nothing. If only it were that simple. It should be impossible for someone to infiltrate our communication systems, especially unless they somehow have our codes. This could only mean that one of our members has been compromised. Damn straight they should have. I have no idea. If I go anywhere near one of our encampments, I'll be forced to kill members who believe they're following orders. Of course, any member of the Dawn who turns on me without thinking is asking for death, but this could still make solving this even more difficult. Don't worry. I'll stay on as part of your crew until I get this all figured. It's given me an impressive amount of opportunities for killing, and all the killing helps me think.
Vale. Aquí viene cuando la manda. Vale, con punto. Luego el otro está en un edificio que hay por aquí. ¿Qué ha hecho ese edificio? No lo tengo visitado. Luego hay otro. Ahí. ¿Qué es este de aquí? Luego hay otro en esta de aquí, que posiblemente le tenga. Luego hay dos en la chima esta de arriba. Uno aquí. Y otro que posiblemente no está cogido aquí. No hay otro en la chema esta pequeña. Que debería tener cogido, pero bueno. Acá me deja apuntar más. Bueno, sea como fuera ya tengo unos cuantos pasos. Yo primero a lo que más abajo.
Loyal subject, la la la. Hello. How are you? No, it was my backal lobe. No, you're not an actual part of my brain. Ha! What? I'm just... No, wait. I don't need refreshment. I'm so refreshed. Yep, that's me. Refreshed like a really refreshed guy.
Ajá. Pues tiene que haber una forma de entrar entonces.
Loyal subject. Loyal subject. Loyal subject. Loyal subject. Loyal subject. Loyal subject.
No, wait. I don't need refreshment. I'm so refreshed. Yep, that's me. Refreshed like a really refreshed guy.
Ay, Dios mío, eso. ¿Dónde está el fusil de la subasta?
unit's current work task takes priority over conversation. Farewell.
Loyal subject, la la la.
No, wait. I don't need refreshment. I'm so refreshed. Yep, that's me. Refreshed like a really refreshed.
If you're that new salesperson, don't bother. Whoever was here packed up and left. I just come out here to tick boxes on Nova Street's list. And it's easy bits. Back again. No look for this protectorate, idiot. Why be bothered? Sure shoots. He's gone.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have.
Outsider.
I must say, I have some. It's not a totally baseless idea.
I think this was the last
That
one
should
for
totally
today.
be annihilated, just like all capitalist propaganda. Praise the matriarch! It's not a totally baseless idea. That should totally be annihilated, just like all capitalist propaganda. Praise the matriarch!
Me faltan dos. Tengo por puntos.
Whether it's an orifice or a face, Auntie's choice makes it green.
Me lo voy a jugar de que ese es el sitio y ya está. Teóricamente hay otro aquí. Que yo creo que ya está cogido. Así que voy a jugármela. Ah, ya está. No, definitivamente este no es un ojo. Voy a ir al otro, a ver. Bueno, pues aquí tampoco. Me faltan dos. Eso no sé si lo he mirado. Voy a mirarlo a ver. Voy a mirarlo a ver. Aquí nuevamente. Oh. Claro que es en la torre. Vamos a subir una torre. Ya que tengo un TP.
Give Auntie 2 bits, and she'll give you some new blitz. Give Auntie 4 bits, and she'll give you
This unit beautifully acknowledges your presence.
Here to do some fishing?
Oh, yeah.
Hello. You must be a new, co-worker. No, my mistake. You're obviously just passing through.
Mira como había cosas por rapiñar.
StarryBlob45S3KN66 says, Beest viewers on streambu.com, remove the space, ENNR8RSM. Nightbot says, StarryBlob45S3KN66 suboptimal. Blacklisted spam. Warning.
Blah, blah. Taking care of citizens is developing possible customers. Come out here yourself. Okay, that subject laughed after the first time we tried talking to him.
It can't be far. You've returned. I take it matters are progressing well? Return with the Greetings. Something new. Oh, allow me. They all look to be. I must say, this. Yes, I do believe our business is concluded. But may the Sovereign's bounty follow you outside.
I must admit to being highly vexed by this kill order situation. Such as? What do you need, Commander? All right, but don't do too much killing without me.
The plan can wait. Our lines will not. Good subjects arrive 15 minutes early to avoid missing their tram. Your patience is commendable, passenger. Please continue waiting quietly until the next tram arrives.
What have we got here? Makeshift fortifications, refugees backed into a corner. Huh. Disaster waiting to happen.
Another refugee? All right, step forward.
Disaster waiting to happen.
Just a moment. Allowing anyone into Matriarch's mercy unprocessed will upset the precarious ratio of refugees to aid. We should have an opportunity for placement in approximately 7.85 days, presuming no unforeseen alterations. How coincidental. I, too, had a pet sprat also named... Welcome to Rule number 1, no crowding. Rule number 2, avoid the exclusion zone. Our seer has predicted non-specific imminent danger. I thought the name was self-explanatory. Our seer predicted that a corner of the encampment is in terrible danger. Danger from what? Stay away from it, and, in all probability, you won't have to find out. Our predictions spring from the universal equation, the very numbers that guide the stars. Only a fool ignores probability, and we don't suffer fools around these parts. Safety and probability are incompatible. Eventually, nowhere will be safe, including here. Not at present. But according to our predictions, the creation of a third rule is likely, if not inevitable. That's enough questions. You need an...
I remember this.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
I wish. Between the invaders and the Order defecting, there's no putting this sprat back into the can.
Cloister is looking pretty good right about now.
A wasteland devoid of life? No, Arcadia is doomed.
I swear,
Plain
it's
and
nigh
simple.
on impossible to find decent animal remains in these parts.
What? Sorry. Caught me lost in my upper story.
Such as?
Oh, try not to get too close. My sinuses are stuffed up, my ears are back. I could burst at any moment. Well, I've gotten... By last week alone, I caught hack lung, What are you? Figured I might as well get used to being... I think it's sickness. You too.
Commander, you got a minute to talk? I got some thoughts on this situation with the refugees. The number of folks seeking refuge from the war is, well, it's beyond what I expected. Andes may not be faring much better here, but we could at least find enough work for these folk to buy some food. You sure? The Order seems a whole lot more concerned with dazzling the populace. It's a tough situation, that's all I'm saying. But if the Order can't even manage tens of folk at their doorstep, they ain't gonna manage much better should they win the war. But nothing's ever really... I went through this myself when Anti's Choice took over Tau Ceti. It took time to secure the merger, but once they did, we folk got the help we needed and all they wanted in return was the signing of an employment contract. Now, I ain't seeing any contracts in Matriarch's mercy, so what is the Order actually gaining by doing this? The thought has crossed my mind, though I reckon we might have seen... Anyhow, if the Order is in fact helping these folk with no hidden aims, then appreciate you hearing me out.
Thus... And then we solve for the... apologies. Just catching up on a research assignment. Oh,
Doesn't everyone have that memorized? It's 1.77245385. Ah, I see you were making a jest and/or attack. Typically, no. And it has been. The abbot felt a scientician operating in a conspicuous spot in the thoroughfare might be to show how the Crabble patties are made, as it were. That is, if the meat preparation involved a 90-step rate formula and a conflux of polynomial equations. I am also on hand to answer queries by providing data supporting our actions. Though perhaps due to my central location, 89.74% of the time, I am simply asked for directions. They must be exceptionally pleased with the statistical jump correlated to residents within Matriarch. According to data, life inside shows a notable uptick in key relevant quality of life factors. Life outside sees increased risk of starvation, inclement weather, and hostile xenofauna. Yes, indeed. Numbers are really against you out there. We have diverted internal resources to better meet demand in key areas. And I'm pleased to say that's led to a statistic, but if my data remains unconvincing, I suggest you inquire with Provisioner Plotnik inside the lift building. Simply tell her Arca, then back to...
My soup is nutritionally calculated to sustain all bodily functions, but it could use a little salt.
You're not going to be a problematic variable, are you?
Crowded. Just too damn crowded. Still too many corporate bootlickers drawing air around.
Since the schism, the Protectorate have rewritten... Apologies, outsider. As a vicar, I am usually tasked with guiding non-order lay people, such as... Lately, the abbot has tasked me with the education of the You are, of course, free to stay to be enlightened by my lecture, but I don't need an abacus to predict your path lies elsewhere. Well, if it's in the displaced's best interests, I imagine I can find a moment. Yes, I reckon I do have my ear to the grimy dirt floor of Matriarch's Mercy. I hear what common lay people are saying, and the wide array of bodily noises they make. Suppose I, more than any other member of the Order here, connect with non-scienticians. I've begun daily lectures. I frequently launch into extended orations on everyone's favorite topic, math, and meticulously expatiate on our sex origins in the most rigorously pedantic detail. Oh dear, I got ahead of myself. As I'm sure you've read in recent dissertations doing the rounds, education has proven to have a 13.7%. I am single-handedly making a difference here, with constructive pointers on efficient scheduling, lessons on order history, plus some mathematics for a little added razzle-dazzle. Never as many as I would like, perhaps, but my little congregation grows by the hour. Eventually, my unsophisticated layperson friend, the knowledge just seeps right in. The Protectorate have only been told a watered-down revision of Order philosophy.
I banged him up real good for...
The void you did. Barely connected. You're thinking of 2, 3... You ought to talk to Boss Tilda. She's the brains in this.
Doesn't...
Anyhow. My noggin sure is sore.
How long are we meant to stay here?
Ask the Order. I'm not in the prediction business.
Ow!
Word to wise, don't accept anything here that's given for free. You'll pay, one way or another.
You've nothing to fear from me, friend. Honor among thieves, all that.
Greetings. What can I help you with? Let me guess. One of your co-occupants is always hanging up his or her britches, or you're dealing with more of a stay off my pallet, or... Oh, really? Like they strung a few words together in a row and it all made sense. Here, sort of thing tends to cause friction between neighbors. Would lead to fights, but nobody here wants trouble with the Order. So they hire our hooligans to battle by proxy. Half the time, people shy away at the first sight of blood. The other, we say whoever wins the fight wins the argument. But frankly, it's never anything of consequence, like, okay, now, how can I help you exactly? Ugh, a tourist. Well, clear out then, huh? Can't have you scaring off real customers. I got a bunch of yeggs, 2 pugilized pugilists, and a cicanid to feed. Don't make me call Mapother and Mudge over. They don't like no fighting for free.
You got business? No? Move on. You the fixer lent your aid to Agent Gallo? Don't do anything foolish.
Hello. You're the one that aided us in availing Sub Rosa of a rather large shipment of Spectrum. Agent Galloway is slightly less trustful than most feral canid. Consequently, it's super. Myself, I enjoy the thrills of the environ. Will the Order attempt to drive me out? Will Matriarch's mercy be shelled? Shall I run out of new cereals? Oh, thrilling! Oh no, I'm not getting fooled on that again. There's always a we stand beyond. We've still got feast that.
You're no. Ow! Oh.
Where do we go now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
I predict
We're not going anywhere. Not in the
Appreciate
basis of some half-baked prediction. This so-called.
Except for the fact that you ain't yelling and trying to eat me. I'd have. You do got a certain feral look in your eye, though. May have stuff. That's what. On account, I object. Louder. More often than the rest. Though, admittedly, the Order's not happy as I am to make your acquaintance. The exclusion zone. The Order has decided screw their predictions. Chance of not what I couldn't get anywhere with Administrant Agarwal, but you, even the Order, for all of their logical ways, value a thanks, stranger. You can find
What happened to this place? Law. Matriarch's
Welcome.
mercy is no safer than the
Have you
trenches.
come to bask in the Order's knowledge?
I predict that the worst is behind us.
shame what happened there. I seen the whole thing. Watch yourself if you intend to nose around that collapse. Oh, yeah. Happen don't have proper building material. Oh, maybe if we interspersed our requests with numbers, they'd pay attention. Seems like all they care about sometimes. Go on. You take care now. You hear?
Not fermentation into inebriating intoxicants.
Every science. Friends, neighbors, while you shelter in Matriarch's mercy, heed the teachings of the Order.
If we factor for random elements offsetting certain
How long are we meant to stay here?
Ask the Order. I'm not in the prediction business.
We start to grasp the potential range of disruption.
My noggin sure is sore.
Ruth Basar is the first among equals. What caused the schism between the Protectorate and the Order? The Consul tried to kill presiding Bishop Ruth Basar for weak
1068 point. Well, as you may not have noticed, but the refugees do not want for food or medicine. With the great disruption that the Order, if I can help appreciate. My time is yours. You may peruse to.
By the law. Oh, thank the architect you're finally here. I've scarcely breathed while hoping you'd come. I am in desperate need of your help. As a doctor, we don't, of course. Yes, I can treat sickness as it arises. It would be leagues better to prevent, since you just don't shake the man's hand. He has a habit of, you see, I feared the prediction was a fluke, but strictly, anyway, that is the seer's business. Where to be, I am but a humble general you all, the seer gave, now, take the datapad. With my, thanks to, take this. Now, will there be anything else? How can I be of service? Since you aren't a...
Hold still and accept treatment.
You're right. The universe does not I suppose. Well then. We utilize a mix of proprietary research method. None of it. The Department of Predictive after, of course, but as we close it, mate, why I engagement. What if my own humble assertions are not true? Regrettably, that I foresee. I'd offer a personalized order prediction, but with my current backlog, your future will come and go.
What is it? I have 15 seconds of allotted time for non-specific discourse, so choose your words with expediency. Oh, don't tell me. You're here on behalf of the voice of the displaced, aren't you? Mathematical predictions always keep us one step ahead. My latest augury noted that a stranger would... This is about the exclusion zone, correct? Or that it only that simple, but she ignores essential You see, the seer predicted that a calamity would befall the exclusion zone, warning that but the ever-disruptive voice of the displaced is dead set on occupying the exclusion zone anyway, laughing in the face of certain peril. We don't know, the seer, further, and now the voice has involved you. How auspicious. With you. Any questions before you get started? But you already knew that. Novice seer vicarage, many scienticians around the set have you. Well then, if you need me in the meantime, good. As with probability, beside to put it, but with effort.
What happened to this place? Law. Matriarch's mercy is no safe.
A visit? Hello. You weren't mentioned in my latest personalized order prediction. Granted, I mostly skim the parts what don't cover probabilistic dangers, so perhaps you were alluded to. Suppose that means you're not a threat. So that's good, right? Yeah, I reckon that's good. I'll say, I tried first time just after lunch. Wind picked up on the cliff above and dropped a mock apple, 152 meters. Sure, but I've had 9 POPs so far, and at least 3 times something similar happened. Avoided drowning in a culvert. Things like that just illustrate the fragile nature of human. My co-occupant Ike had a POP done, had told him avoid liquids for 48 hours. He ignored it. Later got drunk, passed out, drowned face first in a puddle of water. You did catch the part I said they saved my life, right? I think alive is a notable improvement. I don't know why the other displaced have been so slow to take to them. But I'm not complaining too loud. Waited for my latest POPs. Anybody needs me, I'll be right here patiently awaiting my latest personalized order prediction.
Oh, Administrator Agarwal. Here to finally...
Yes, well, our esteemed outsider here has agreed to thoroughly appraise our situation, in the hope...
They say you asked around. Listen to folks. That's a good start, at least.
The seer...
Well, the displaced are the ones taking that risk, on the grounds the predictions can be false.
The displaced are under the Order's care, and the Order should decide what is best for them. Hence why we need the help of an outsider. Mediator, I leave the fate of the exclusion zone in your capable hands.
I'm all ears, Mediator.
The what now?
When grievances between the displaced approach fisticuffs, we hire sub-Rosa hooligans to duke things out for us.
That is unquantifiably absurd, and I don't see how moving into the exclusion zone will help. Unproductive is one thing. Paid Donnybrooks with surrogate fighters is... well, I'm at a loss for an applicative metaphor to describe it. I understand you were crucial in securing additional medical personnel for
Yeah. Which, anyhow, what was the good doctor's diagnosis? At Auntie's choice, we'd view this from a lens of how sickness undercuts productivity.
That is indeed unfortunate, but the dangers predicted for the exclusion zone may outweigh these concerns. Collapsed. But we built Matriarch's Mercy to optimize
I'm guessing you're saying this wasn't an official structure. More of a hastily assembled, precariously built shanty. People are struggling to make...
I'm aghast these structures weren't built following established order construction guidelines. Speak on them.
Did he also happen to mention they were needlessly oblique and vague?
But our predictions are given to inform and protect. Forgive me. I do not mean to disrupt.
You mean that missionary type who's always talking at everybody instead of to them?
A bit rude, don't you think? But since this mediation was foretold, I will not dispute your findings.
You actually got the Provisioner to give you the time of day. Huh.
Ah, yes. I sometimes forget Provisioner Plotnik is also assigned to minding the displaced's needs. Her role is largely proactive, while mine is reactive.
Fair enough. The Order does keep us refugees fed and plenty, medicated. To give credit.
By my calculations, you've explored this topic from every conceivable angle. I suspect that your sympathies lie with the displaced. Unfortunate if true, but I leave the decision in your capable hands.
Finally understand what we're dealing with, huh?
Regardless of your misgivings, I ask that you follow your reason. Are we to have a stalemate for the rest of our days?
You sure about this? I mean, talk about wasted effort on your part. Shit. Very well, administrant. You win. I'll honor the terms of...
Have faith. Or, if not faith, reason. We can still work together to improve your reward, mediator. With my...
You take this prediction business pretty seriously,
Yes.
don't you?
I tell you, I, for one, will rest
Another
easier
refugee
with
camp?
the exclusion zone.
Another colony?
I predict, with an 8.23 margin of error, that our situation will improve in time.
Stop it with the predictions. You don't even know multivariable calculus.
Just trying to cheer you up.
Thank you again. How can I be of service?
Have an intellectually stimulating day.
Geatrum says, "Ciao, bye." Geatrum says.